Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to show you a picture. And it says, what can this resource be used for? I want you to look at the picture, and if you know what this could be used for, will you raise your hand, and Miss Cheatham will call on somebody. Zayden, what can this resource be used for?
It can be for us to breathe. It helps us breathe.
Breathe? So can you explain more? We have this piece of wood on the screen. Do you see it? So how can we use this natural resource?
It helps us breathe, and it helps us use paper.
Exactly. Yes, that is absolutely right. And you know what? Zayden, those were both very good answers, because when you guys are older and you have even more science classes, you're going to learn about how trees actually produce something that helps humans, and we produce something that helps plants. So that was super smart answers, Zayden. You are an excellent scientist. Thank you. Let's make sure we're taking turns, and we only unmute if the teacher asks. Thank you. It just helps with the sound around us. So if I haven't called on you, you should have your mute on. Thank you. Okay, here's my next picture. What can this resource be used for? Miss Cheatham will call on somebody. And Miss Cheatham, if it's only a couple people using the raise hand button, go ahead and call on just anyone so they all get a chance. Thank you.
It can help you learn, but
Jose. So remember, please leave your microphone muted unless we call on you. Jose, please unmute.
It helps us drink and eat.
Perfect.
And then it helps breathe in the night in the water.
Excellent job. So Jose, I'm going to expand on your answer, but that was perfect. I heard you say that we need water to drink, right? We need water to survive. And we can swim in it. I heard you say that too. Excellent job, Jose. Those were great answers. So this is a reminder, boys and girls, please do not unmute yourself unless we call on you. Oh, here we go. This is a picture of a wheat field. So if you know how we can use this resource, Miss Cheatham's going to call on somebody. What could we use this wheat that's growing?
Did you call me? Yes. Wheat is for leaven and bread.
Excellent. Yes. A lot of people make bread out of this, don't they? That was an excellent answer. Nice job. You are welcome. Okay, here's another picture. What can we use this animal for?
Actually, so you can use I kind of hate the milk because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can only drink almond milk.
Okay.
But cows, you can use the milk from it, and you can use the meat from it.
Great answers, Brackett. Yes. So Brackett was saying that we can drink milk from the cows and we can also eat the meat. But not everyone drinks milk from cows and not everyone eats meat from animals. So it's we are just talking about what it can be used for. So those are just a couple of examples, and those were great examples. Thank you, Brackett. Okay, So those were our example pictures. And now we're going to identify and label the uses of land. Okay? We're going to review by reading this page again. So I'm going to read this page to you. If you would like to follow along with your finger, that would be awesome. Maybe don't touch the screen though, because if you have a Chromebook, it could kind of mess the screen up. So you can follow along with your finger, or you can just read it in your head, or you can read it with your lips moving, okay? The land is a great natural resource. We use the land to plant crops, raise livestock, build shelters, and even mine for oil and coal. Have you ever used land? My family uses the land to grow wheat. So remember how we talked about that? Xander, do you have a question?
Can we make something?
We're going to talk about it at the very end.
My family uses cooking.
For cooking?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. What a great example.
Thank you.
Okay, so types of land use. We're going to go through each of these pictures and I'm going to tell you about these pictures, and then I want you guys to tell me how each of these can be used, okay? So, this top picture is called an oil rig and they're pulling oil from the ground. So, can somebody explain to me why we would need this? Why do we need this on our land? The oil. So if you have an example or an idea of how we can use this or why we need it, go ahead and raise your hand and Miss Cheatham will call on somebody.
The oil, or we could mix the glue.
Yeah.
And it helps just make stuff with it.
Excellent. Nice job, Liam. So yeah, we use that oil a lot in our life, don't we? You guys have excellent answers. Okay, this next picture, the water, we all say that that's a natural resource and we all need it to survive. So my question is, who can answer this? What would happen if we didn't have this natural resource of water? Why is the water so important to us? We're going to keep mute on unless we've been called on, okay? Cadence, go ahead and unmute.
Water is used for a lot of things.
Can you give me a couple of examples?
The water is used for gardening, and you use it to drink, and you use it to clean your animals, and you use it to make something soft, like you use it for painting, and you use it for cooking.
Wow. You, boys and girls, you guys are so smart. You guys give the best answers, and that makes my teacher heart so happy. Those were excellent examples. Yes, so plants couldn't survive. Humans couldn't survive. If we don't have water for plants or for animals, humans wouldn't have anything to eat. And we wouldn't be able to drink water. We wouldn't be able to cook a lot of things. You're right, we wouldn't be able to have things like paint, which is not a natural resource, but we need the natural resource of water to make the paint. Excellent job. We have a couple more pictures up here. Ooh, the top one, dirt. This is an important natural resource. I want somebody to explain what would happen if we didn't have dirt. Why is this an important resource? Kaya, you may unmute. Why is dirt so important to us? Kaya, is that you?
I tried to unmute and it didn't. You are unmuted, Kaya. Look at right there's your thing. See that your microphone screen? You're unmuted.
Yep, we can hear you, Kaya. Can you tell us why we need this dirt?
If we didn't have it, there'd be no grass and the cows can't eat.
That was a great example. You're right.
And everybody's drawing will not look good.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. We need that dirt for our nice lawns, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent answer. Very good. Okay, thank you, Kaya. Kieran, I would like you to share about the picture of the cows. So, why are the cows so important? Or any livestock. So it might be horses, it might be cows, it might be goats. Why are those animals important?
Because they give you milk and you have to drink milk and you can survive without milk.
Milk, right? And we can get the milk from the animals. So if we didn't have these animals, we couldn't drink the milk. You're right. Excellent answer, Kieran. Okay, 2 more pictures. Trees. Trees. I'm looking for a couple of examples. So I'm going to actually have Miss Cheatham call on one person, and then I'm going to call on a person. And as you guys hear these answers coming in, I want you to lock them in your brain. Lock them in there tight because we're going to use them here in a little bit, okay? So, Miss Cheatham, you may call on somebody. Aaron, please explain why the trees are so important. What would happen if we didn't have these trees?
Because we wouldn't have made houses and we couldn't have food.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't have made a lot of things.
Yep, you are right. Excellent. So it sounds like these trees help us make other things. So if we didn't have the trees, I heard somebody say earlier that about paper, we wouldn't have paper, we wouldn't have these desks, we wouldn't have a lot of houses. Excellent answer. Now, I would like to call on Mario. Mario, can you unmute? Mario, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Mario, can you give me another reason why we need these trees? Why is it so important that we have these trees?
Because the sun burns the slag in the trees, and the slag the steam, and we need some trees. Then you cool you down, and then your sweat comes back on your skin.
Yes, excellent answer. That was perfect. So, you said that we need these trees for shade. That is so true. Excellent answer, Mario. Okay, rocks. Rocks. Who would like to answer why are these rocks important? Miss Cheatham?
Sophia?
Sophia, you may unmute. I hear lots of good answers. Sophia, can you say them nice and loud? Hey, Brackett, you may sit right next to her and help her out if you want to share those answers out loud. You can just use her microphone.
They would use for slingshots, and if they get out blocks, you could have made bow and arrows, the sharp end of the bow, the arrow.
Yes, you are absolutely right. That was a great answer. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, remember how I told you to keep all those ideas about trees? So my question is, how do we use trees? You guys are going to help me make a picture. So, go ahead and look at my screen. Now, I'm going to be calling on everyone who wants to share. So, if you haven't had a chance to share today, we're going to make sure that you get a chance to add to our chart. Okay. What we're going to do is write some words in our tree. Okay, Miss Prince is going to make a trunk with some branches. Okay, I'm leaving it blank, not colored in, for a reason, okay? So, I am looking through all of the people in the meeting, and I'm seeing who hasn't had a chance to share yet. And I want you guys to help me come up with ideas of how we use trees. And as we write these answers in, I'm going to be writing them in the tree, okay? So, I'm looking through, we let Kieran share, Aaron. This doesn't mean you don't get another chance. I just want to make sure everyone has had a chance today. Eli, have you got to share today during science? Okay, Eli, what is one way that we use trees?
To get apples and bananas.
Yes, so they produce fruit, right? They produce food for us to eat. So I'm going to put produce food for us to eat. Do you guys see how I wrote it on the branch? You guys are helping me build this tree with all of your beautiful ideas. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, though. I love that you guys have great manners. Xander, have you got to share during science yet?
Not yet.
Okay, Xander, how do we use trees?
To keep you away from the sun.
Yes, shade, right? It's a good use for shade. Shade from the sun. Cruz, you haven't shared during science yet, have you?
He zoomed up in his computer and he could not get out.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Cruz, I'm going to hit remove, and then I want you to go back and click that link again to enter the meeting, and we'll let you back in, okay? All right. Mason, please unmute. Mason, can you hear me? Mason. Okay, we're going to come back to you, Mason. Paulina.
He doesn't know how to join that game.
Can he sit right next to you, Jose?
Yeah.
How about we have him just sit right next to you? Cruz, can you hear me?
I need something else. I need more help. He says nothing. He doesn't know what you're talking about. That's why I'm putting on earphones.
Jose, do you have headphones on right now?
Yeah.
Can I
just in them out
Yes.
of the computer.
Yep, unplug him from the computer so you can both hear me. Thank you, boys and girls, for waiting so patiently. Thank you very much. Cruz, can you hear me now? Cruz, can you hear me?
I don't think he said he could hear you.
I don't think he can hear me. I think you're right. Okay, I really hope that there's a parent there close by that can help them get it figured out, but
He could hear you. He's right next to me.
okay, so how about you do this, Jose? Ask Cruz about how we use trees, and then you can tell us the information, because I really want to know Cruz's answer.
Good thinking, teacher.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Jose, get the answer from Cruz, and then you can tell us.
He said, I don't have no idea.
Ask him why we would need the wood from the trees. What can we make out of the wood, Cruz? Okay, Cruz, I want you to think about it and we'll come back to you. Just because we need to make sure that we don't stay in the meeting too long, because I know you guys have lots of things to do today. Zayden, have you talked during science yet?
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking through to see who has it. Deleza, have you?
No.
Okay, Deleza, how do we use trees?
To grow fruits.
Good job. To grow food for us to eat. Can you think of another idea? Why would we need the wood? What can we make out of the wood? I'm going to give you a hint, okay? I'm going to give you a hint. Ready? Look over there. What are those?
Yes.
So, do we need wood to be able to build those desks?
Yes.
Where do you think the wood comes from?
Trees.
Yes. So, let's put on here to build desks. Did you see how I wrote it inside the tree trunk? Because we're talking about the wood.
Teacher. Teacher, I think I know what it is.
Okay, remember that in order for me to be able to hear all of you guys, we need to have the mute on so we can take turns, okay?
Miss Prince.
Yes, Liam.
Behind you, there's wood.
Yes, you are right. That bookshelf and that box up there. You are so right.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing. Angela. Okay, Nicholas. Oh, Angela, there you are. Angela, how do we use trees? Angela, how do we use trees? Angela, if you have a parent or a grown-up nearby that wants to just type your answer into the chat, I can share it with the class if your microphone's not working, okay? Nicholas, can I have you unmute? Nicholas, how do we use trees? Remember all those ideas you guys were talking about when we were going through the slides?
They grow bananas?
Yes, produce food for us to eat. Can you think of another one? I'll add bananas here. Can you think of another reason why we need trees? Do you know what this is?
We typed it. They grow apples.
They do. They grow apples. And you know what? I see in this chat here that's what Angela said too. So you guys have the same answer. So grow apples. Let's see. Aaron, what is this made of?
So trees have wood on it?
Yeah.
Then you make trees have paper on it, and if you make the paper, it can be white, then you can write stuff on it.
Excellent. So we use trees to make paper.
And a pencil is also made out of wood too.
Good job.
So you have both of the resources on the same type of the resource. Then you can make stuff.
Yes. Excellent. You gave me two really good examples. Make paper and pencils. Nice job. Okay, boys and girls, you have started this tree with me. We're going to come back to this tree next week and see if we came up with some more ideas. Now, your task at home.
I have one.
Who is it? Sophia?
You can make houses with it.
Yes. Houses. I'll put houses right here. Houses.
Teacher, they also make leaves on the trees are also useful.
Who uses the leaves on the tree?
We do.
What can we use the leaves for?
To breathe for oxygen.
Yes, so smart. You guys are so smart. Use leaves for oxygen. Wow, you guys are super scientists.
You don't. And you can make some wooden trees wooden houses, torches, because they're
Torch.
wood.
Good job. Was that you, Cruz?
Yep, that was me.
Awesome. I'm so happy you're back in the meeting. Okay, boys and girls, I know you have lots and lots of ideas, but right now I want you to have mute on so you can hear Miss Prince, okay? Because I have an important task for you to do. Okay, so we talked about on here that we use resources, natural and man-made resources, to make other things. So I want you guys to think about this. If I am drinking some milk out of a little milk carton, when I'm done with that milk carton, I usually can just throw it away. But a good idea would be to reuse it. Find a way that you can use this milk carton in another way. So maybe you can turn it into an art project. Maybe you turn it into a science project. Maybe you just cut the top of it off and you use it as a container. That's called reusing your resources. So when you are at home this weekend and the rest of the week next week until we meet again on next Friday, I want you guys to find something in your house that you think you could reuse instead of throwing it away. So let's say I have a plastic bag. And maybe I had some snacks in it. Or maybe it had some pencils in it or something that I was using and then I decided, I'm not using this anymore. I should probably just throw it away. I want you guys to challenge yourself and see if you can come up with a way to reuse something at your house. So I want you to build something with your family, see who can help you out, and it could be anything. Next week, we will share those ideas and those projects that you made, okay? And what I'm going to do is later today, I'll post examples on the schedule. I'll post a link to some examples of what you could do to reuse your resources. And then that might get you thinking more about what you want to do for your project, okay?